Hey, hello, and welcome back to Energy Matters. Today, we're going to discuss what kind of maintenance is involved with putting solar on my house. Okay, so going solar is thought to be, by and large, a positive thing, right? It's something that's going to save you money, hopefully contribute to the value of your house, do something good for the environment. But a lot of folks have this question, and it's, hey, what kind of maintenance, what am I going to have to be responsible for taking care of if we get this stuff installed on our house, right? Because the last thing folks want is something else to worry about and take care of. So let's go through some of the things here that folks need to really pay attention to and what you don't have to worry about. Okay, so there's really just two main things that I like to make folks aware of when we're talking about what do I need to do to take care of my system. And then at the end, I'll also put in a couple of suggestions I have that can help help things be a little bit easier. And as always, I'm going to include in the description below a link to a summary of this so you can have it to refer back to again. Okay. So number one, you have now glass on your roof basically. So the question comes up a lot is, how do I clean them? How often do they need to be cleaned? Okay. So the first thing I tell folks is it really depends on where you live. If we get a lot of rain throughout the year, you probably don't need to be worrying about them too much because, believe it or not, rain does a really good job of cleaning any of the dust and dirt buildup that's accumulated on the glass up there. If, however, you live in an area like, say, California, where you might only see rain once or twice a year, then you're going to need to pay a little bit more attention to how dirty they get and either clean them yourself safely or hire someone to do it. There's plenty of folks out there that can get up there and clean the glass and do it safely if you can't do it yourself, okay? And the reason that you want to keep an eye on how clean the panels are is over time, if you imagine your car windshield, for example, if you didn't clean that for a year or two, how much grime is going to build up on that, right? It's going to make it harder to see and navigate. So same thing up on your roof, you got glass up there, the dirt builds up over time, the panels become a little bit more less powerful, less efficient, so you're creating less power off your roof. So if you're in an area that doesn't see a lot of rain, you want to get them cleaned off. I would say once or twice a year is a good rule of thumb. And a couple things to keep in mind when you're cleaning solar panels, okay? Never in any case use any kind of solutions, Windex, cleaning solutions, whatever. Just plain old water does the trick. And stay away from using something like a high pressure hose. A garden hose, anything that can get the water up to the panels will do a good job of removing the dirt. If it's been a couple of years, then probably someone's going to have to get up there with a soft brush and loosen it before you can spray it off again, okay? And if you have a situation where, for example, you have a 2-story house or it's just impossible for you to safely reach the panels, you don't want to put yourself in danger, to do anything like this. But if you're not comfortable with doing it, a quick Google search, for example, will help you find somebody local that can do it, or you could always refer back to your installer to help you locate a resource that'll help you get the panels clean again for you. Okay, number two, the second main thing that I like to make sure folks are aware of and understand is how to monitor the ongoing production of your solar panels. So most, if not all, of today's systems that are being installed come with some sort of a online internet-based monitoring platform that allow you to view your system's production through an account, through an online portal, and keep track of things. So as a general rule of thumb, I tell folks initially, try to make a habit of, let's say, once a month, log in, check your production, walk around, check the equipment, make sure the system lights are, green if they're supposed to be green, or whatever the right color is for it in normal operation mode, and just start to get a sense of what the system should typically, what it typically produces in a given month. Now, as time goes on, as you build up a couple years worth of production data, you'll be able to start to see what's normal and what's not normal. So if you, for example, spot something that looks like, it's something's amiss perhaps, then you can call back your installer and get a troubleshooting ticket open and take a look at things a little bit further. So that's really the second key thing is the monitoring of the system. homeowners are typically responsible for that. I get a lot of folks that ask me, hey, do you guys keep an eye on our system? And the answer is typically no. Most installers are not going to do that as a service unless you're, you know, one of these big giant commercial customers who's got, you know, thousands of panels in a service contract. It's really on the homeowner, and the tools that you're given in terms of the monitoring functionality are really good. So it's one, you know, as long as you know how to use it, you should be all covered. And again, I'll include in the documentation that goes along with this video some examples of what to look for and how to troubleshoot things, and just kind of the steps to take if you have a question, if you want to make sure your system is doing what it's supposed to be doing. So that's primarily it. Those two things: the keeping the panels clean and keeping an eye on your system production through your monitoring portal. One other thing I would talk about is a lot of folks ask, hey, can I install something around my panels to keep things, you know, critters and whatnot from getting under there and making a little home under there, causing problems. So yeah, more and more installers are installing like they call it, like a screen. It's a mesh. So if you live in an area where you say you have got like a really bad pigeon population or a lot of squirrels or whatnot, you can ask your installer to include that with their work to create a little barrier around the outside of your panels. Other than that, those are really the main things to keep an eye out for when you get solar installed. So quick little video today. Hopefully that answered some of your questions out there. But again, if you've got other questions that are specific to your situation, feel free to get in touch with me through the link below. Like to see your feedback, see what suggestions you folks have. And if you enjoy the video and some of the content, please be sure to hit the like button so we can be sure to reach more folks out there. See you again.